if you sit for 4 hours, it's the same danger to you than about half a pack of cigarettes. When people say I have healthcare insurance, no, that's a sick cure.
People over the age of 50, which isn't very old, if you were to break a hip, like 1 out of 4 die within a year.
And I don't want to hear fast food is cheap. It's not cheap anymore.
Once you get to a point where you're hit osteoporosis, you're afraid to do things. You're afraid to pick up your grandkids.
If you cannot understand the first 3 letters or 3 words or the first line on an ingredient, run away.
Hi, and welcome to the Key Concepts Podcast. Today we're talking about health, nutrition, and bones. Something that most people don't think about until it's too late. Our special guest today is Guy. He's been awarded the founder member of Juice Plus, and Aaron Provencal, the owner and founder of the Rancho Cordova OsteoStrong location. So thank you both for being here today. I'm excited to talk about health, nutrition, bones, and how they all work together. Before we get into it, we ask our last guest to leave a question for the next guest. What is one thing that you wish you could go back and tell your 20-year-old self?
The good thing for me, 20, is I was a cadet in the military. So at least I was lucky to be already with a good mindset, good, strong rules and so forth. But I would say for everybody and myself is that if I even had a better, stronger mindset, and if I understood even nutrition back then even more, I think I'd be maybe a little bit better place.
Well, your nutrition, your mind, definitely, I mean, everything kind of stems on that. It kind of leads to all your actions that you take in life. So a healthy mind definitely can change your life.
Oh, yeah.
And Aaron, what would you say to that?
Probably a couple of things. One would be taking care of the body. So going back to my 20s would have made a big difference over time. The other thing would be in regards to like investing. I was always on the mindset of like Dave Ramsey, like paying everything off. And then I read the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, and using leverage to invest and things like that. So it's just a totally different mindset, and it would have changed the trajectory if I had started earlier.
Yeah, that's a good point. One, definitely the bone strength and or in the health, and two is the financial investments. They could definitely change your viewpoint.
Great book, if I quickly may say.
Yeah, absolutely.
And personally, I think the investment needs to be taught young. It would make this world a better place. Yeah. I mean, instead of wasting or whatever, investment is so key. Again, investment in your health, but also invest financially in the future, not just you, the future of the community.
I mean, knowledge is power, as they say, right? So in all things, in health and in finances. Guy, for people hearing about Juice Plus for the first time, can you give us a quick overview of what that company is about?
Juice Plus really is about prevention. It's about health. I love it. That company has been around 55 years. We are in about 25 countries, millions of happy customers from baby to 90 plus years old. So it's really helping everybody, because I like to say Juice Plus is really helping you bridging the gap between what we eat and what we should be eating. And none of us, even vegetarian, are eating enough variety, quality of vine-ripe, raw fruits, vegetable, and grains in a way. And that's what Juice Plus is. It's just that simple, easy, convenient solution.
If Juice Plus helps people find nutrition-dense foods quicker or supplements that aspect of life, then that's obviously a good thing. What about on the bone health side, Aaron? What are some signals that might indicate that someone's bone density may be impacted due to their nutrition?
So yeah, as we age about 30 years old, our bones get weaker over time, but some go down quicker than others. And I think a lot of it is due to nutrition, not taking care of themselves, eating properly. And there's a lot of things that detract from bone densities, like drinking sodas. Those are really bad for the bones. Smoking, drinking alcohol. Alcohol is really bad for the bones. So there's certain aspects of nutrition that are very important for bone.
So a lot of people think about their muscles when they think about health, but they don't really think about their bones and nutrition. And why do you think that people overlook what they're consuming?
I think kind of out of sight, out of mind for their bones. I mean, they're not something you can see. You don't know the quality of your bone unless you go and get a DEXA scan or a RIM scan to get it tested. So most insurance policies don't pay for a DEXA scan until you hit 65. And that's pretty late in life to find out you've got a bone density problem. So I really encourage everybody to go get a DEXA scan. You can get them at DEXA Fit for like $130. You get your bone density score, you get your muscle mass, visceral fat content of the body. I mean, it gives you a lot of good information that you can make some tweaks in your life to make a big, substantial difference in the long run.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the bones, I mean, we don't typically think about working them out, but it's just as important as everything else. I think, like you said, out of sight, out of mind. And then on the nutrition side, I mean, we don't really think about what we consume. So why do we overlook the nutritions?
So number one, yeah, we should. Number two, again, with so much in the society of the look, how you look, just like Aaron was saying. So if you may look good, like I mentioned earlier, maybe your muscle is there, but not supported by the dense bone, we're going to be in trouble. So again, yeah, that's why prevention and nutrition is so important, because the healthier you eat, everything is healthier in you, not just your muscle, your ligament, but also the bones. I mean, everything, every cell of the body.
Yeah, I didn't realize that. It's actually a process. I mean, it's more of a lifestyle change. But what are some of the misconceptions as to why people don't do it? Like things that people think are true or not true. Like, oh, that'll never happen to me, or oh, I could just do it later. Like, what would you say to things like that?
I've got a good example of that. They're the milk commercials when you're growing up. So drinking milk made you have strong bones. So this was drilled into people's heads over and over and over again. People today come up to me, well, I drank a lot of milk when I was a kid, so I know my bones are good. That's just a misconception from the advertisement.
And I think it has a lot of sugar and a lot of additives and stuff like that. So probably definitely more on the bad side rather than the good side, in my opinion anyways.
Well, again, you bring a good point on marketing. That's the issue. We've been taught the wrong thing for 50 years. And a lot of those industries, the milk industry or the meat, the this, the that, they spend, millions and millions, I would say hundreds of millions, where the good guys on the other side have little money to spend. How much does it cost, right? To get, right now, the great thing with technology, like what we do in podcasts and all that is it's a lower cost so we can get the message out. So that, I think, may save us in the future. But in the past, was just this big marketing media spending hundreds of millions on educating us the wrong way, because they want us, they want to kind of control us with less energy, less this, less that, instead of good food and so forth. So we just have to wake up. That's it. And I think, I hate to say sometimes, to your point, it might be laziness. No, I don't have time now. Well, if you don't do it now, what's going to happen later? Do it now if you want a healthier you in a week, in a month, in a year, in 10 years.
Is it ever too late to start focusing on your nutrition, your health, and getting some of the Juice Plus supplements? Or what about the bone exercises?
I don't think it's ever too late. We've got people that come to OsteoStrong in their 90s, and they're looking for getting their strength back. Your muscles will never be stronger than your bones. If your bones get weak, your muscles are automatically going to get weak over time. So stimulating bone growth is a really important aspect, and then feeding it properly with the proper nutrition is very important.
What about someone who's like maybe older, who says that they don't have the same metabolism as they used to, so they don't even want to try? Is it too late to start some of the Juice Plus supplements? Could that kind of help them?
Totally. And I have a great example is my own father. I grew up in Africa, and he got stuck a couple of times there, military coup, etc. So I would say mid-60s. My dad started living with me. The guy smoked 3 packs of cigarette a day for 40 years. In a way, I thank him, because thanks to Dad, I'm an anti-smoker. No way do I want to smoke. He burned me so many times, I didn't even know, cigarette, like, so my dad was not the hazard. Didn't do really any sports. Sometimes I was like, are you my dad? I love him, but he passed away sadly a couple of years ago. But at mid-60s, got him on Juice Plus. He's a biochemist. We double check everything, say, yeah, I'll get on that. Started eating healthier, drinking water, everything. And if you saw him just a few months before dying, his skin was like a baby skin. I'm not joking. Everybody's like, wow. Where if you look at anybody who smokes so much, plus we live in Africa with the sun and everything, skin was just so perfect. So, and he had the energy. Him and I were the dancing kings at the convention. It was like, Felix and Guy, love dancing. And this guy, even in his late 80s, will dance, and all the ladies loved him, proving what? It's never too late.
That's awesome. I'm glad to hear that recovery story. If you had to say, if someone's out there watching, what are some early warning signs that their nutrition might be imbalanced?
For me, it would be for sure tiring. Right? They're just tired. They just have lack of energy. So lack of energy is a big warning. Be careful. You also, the skin again. You'll see what happens with the skin. Usually, they don't drink a lot of water as well. You should drink half your weight in ounce. So if you're 200 pounds, you should drink every day 100 ounces of water. It's kind of my new sidearm now. I mean, that bottle of water is always with me. It could be also hair, the hair of your quality. All that kind of stuff will make a big difference where people are like, what's going to my hair? What's going to my skin? What's going to my energy? What's happened to my focus? Also, they just lack of focus. So I like to say part of nutrition is water and sleeping. So it's water, sleeping, nutrition. You put all that in exercise, of course. You put all of that, and that's what, and you know, a lot of people underneath the eyes is getting darker. All of that is sign of like, okay, better make a decision today.
Yeah, I know. I got the bags under my eyes too. And matter of fact, I do want to find out how do I get more focus and how do I keep my energy up. On the focus side, does Juice Plus have any products that help increase focus?
It's funny you say that. We came up with a new product a little more than a year ago called Luminate. It is kind of like the healthier coffee. You know, everybody got to have a cup of coffee. I am so lucky, and my dad did a ton of coffee too. I don't. I like once in a while, like a cappuccino, which is not good, I'm going to say. But you know what? If you take care of your body, you can cheat a little bit, right? It's the 80-20. I try to do even the 90-10. But 100%, who's 100% perfect? Nobody. Even this guy is not 100%. Trust me. He's pretty damn good, Aaron, but he's not 100%. None of us are. So the Luminate has been really amazing. We've seen with people just that it's really about brain focus, brain clarity, health. When you see what's the ingredient in it, it's just an awesome product that really is great to replace coffee or anything like that for, and especially those other energy drink, I'm not going to mention the name, that are really bad for you. Just trust me. I like to always say, if you cannot understand the first three letters, 3 words, or the first line on an ingredient, if you got to be a biochemist, run away. But people don't take advantage. Just go to the store, I got 5 minutes to buy food, but they'll spend an hour to buy shoes or clothes or whatever. It should be the reverse. So for a healthier drink, energy, that Luminate, I'm just loving it.
And it does help with focus as well?
Yeah.
Focus. And then it's an alternative for caffeine as well.
Exactly.
If someone wanted a healthier option.
Yeah.
What about people who have celiac? Is that going to be possible for people like me who do have celiac?
Totally. You bring a very good point. Every single one of our product is gluten-free. Gluten is I don't know if I should use that word, but gluten sadly in today's world is becoming a cancer. You know, it is in everything. And me coming from the old country, in Europe, I love my bread, once in a while and stuff like that. But if you go to Italy, I can go in Italy, have pasta, and I feel totally fine. I eat pasta here or bread, and it's like, it's the gluten. So no, every single one of our product, no gluten whatsoever. I like to say, let's say 99%, because nobody can say 100%. But we have many, many people just like yourself who's been eating Juice Plus. And see what I'm saying, eating, because it's food. You don't take Juice Plus, you eat Juice Plus. You take a vitamin, you take a medicine, but Juice Plus, you either drink it or eat it because it's really food.
I'm glad that you guys brought me a few so I can sample it after, as long as I can keep it after the show. It's going to be awesome. And Aaron, I wanted to ask also for the bone health side, what might be some early signs that people's bone density is decreasing?
One of them is maybe if you're working out, your muscles aren't getting bigger. Like I said, your muscles will never get stronger than your bones because they'd break themselves. So your mind will not allow your muscles will get stronger. So if you're having not any benefit from going to the gym, that could be one of them. If you're shrinking, so if you're losing your height, that's a good sign that your bones are getting weaker as well. Other than that, there's not a lot of good signs unless you break something easy. So if you were to break something and it seems a little fishy that you shouldn't have really broken something, then you definitely want to get a DEXA scan done to see what your bone density is looking like. But those are some of the indications there.
Yeah, it's actually a good point. I mean, I always wondered why people get short when they age.
Yeah.
I was like, but now it makes sense. The bone density is probably decreasing.
Yeah.
The funny thing is I actually just messed up my knee like 4 or 5 months ago, and it's been taking forever to heal. It's probably like 90% now, but there's like some lingering like weirdness to it. So probably need to go check out my bones, figure out if it's something from that perspective that's contributing to the longer recovery for it. But let's say someone does do a bone exercise and they're starting to get their bone strength back. What would you say would supplement the recovery? Let's say you finish the workout. What kind of supplements would you take afterwards?
Well, there's a lot of things we would recommend. So Calcium's really important. Vitamin D3 and K2, those are important for transporting the calcium to the bones for the body to process it properly. Magnesium is really important. Just your overall nutrition. You want to stay good quality foods. You don't want to ultra processed foods. Those are just not good for the body. So that's what I love about Juice Plus. That's why we partner with them. We really want people to have a healthy lifestyle and see their bones improve, and nutrition is a really important part of it.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's all of those vitamin D's, magnesium that you said. What is the Juice Plus product that might give you some of those nutritions after a workout?
Well, the core of our product is, we call it the quad. So the quad is fruit. You get 10 different fruit. The vegetable, 10 different vegetable. The berries, 10 different berries. And then the omega. Not from fish. There's a problem. Too many of us have been doing that, and it's been a problem. There's a lot of, I would say, fish omega that's been kicked out of the market because of side effect and all that. And a lot of people don't like that fish smell or burp, if you can put it that way. So we have, I would say, pretty much one of the only plant-based omega. And most people know about the 3 and maybe the 6. This is 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 omegas. So really good for everything of your body, whatever is the skin, the inside, the hair, etc. So that would be, that's the core. But also when you talk about like working out, we have an amazing, as you know, protein is important. We should have about 100 grams of protein every day. Most of us don't. And when I say protein, again, I am not vegetarian. I love a good steak. Let's get quality. Problem is that people are eating steak maybe 3-5 times a week. Now we got a problem. Or worse, they do too much burger, not the quality burger. So protein is very important, but the best protein is vegetable-based protein. And we have a chocolate and a vanilla. And I'm not sure if you know, but we are launching a strawberry next month. I tasted already. Tastes very good, but it's great pro or after workout as well. Fantastic to do that.
Yeah, protein's the building blocks for everything in the body. I mean, it's for building blocks for the muscles, their bones. I mean, it goes for everything.
Nice. So we'll have to check out the website, get some of the ones. I mean, I've never even heard of the omega 5s and 7s.
I know.
I've always heard of the 3, 6s, and 9s.
Yep.
So you have some of that, plus the plant-based protein, the healthier ones. And it's great that you guys have a product that helps provide an alternative for some high-quality protein. What do you think are some of the habits that people have that silently damage their health over the long term?
The choice of food. I love to say, when I do my presentation, a lot of people sometimes are like, okay, do you speak English? I say, yeah, I do. I love where I grew up in Africa because I ate a lot of fast food. I say, wait a minute, aren't you promoting health? You say fast food. No, fast food. Let's do good English. Fast food is what? Eat food fast. That's an apple, right? That's grapes. That's all that. You grade that. I'm sorry, last time I checked, when I look at the line at Starbucks or Burger King or any of those guys, that for me doesn't seem to be fast food because they have like about 30 minutes away, right? Go through it and then you still have to. So fast food is fine. It's junk food that's not good because the excuse, I don't have time. Well, then you'll die younger. Sorry. Sometimes you got to face reality. I don't have time. No, it's just about planning. Maybe do all the purchasing, let's say maybe over the weekend, and then you prepare food. Have this, all of your fruits and vegetables cut and all that kind of stuff. I'm sorry to say, but when people say don't have time, usually the people, and I'm not being tough here, I'm just reality, they spend too much time on TV, or it's the same thing in the gym. Or I don't have time to go to Aaron's place. Really, if you go there and work on your bones, you're going to have a longer, healthier life. And it's not going to take a long time. If you 30 minutes, you go there, and you don't have to go there every day or whatever. You do 30 minutes a couple of times a week, and your bones are going to be fantastic. I mean, I still feel that I'm 40. I'm acting 20. So, but sadly, I'm not there.
I feel like you're basically looking into my soul because those are the exact excuses that I use. Oh, I'm injured, or I don't have time, or I'm busy, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And so I often make an excuse not to get there to the gym or to change my lifestyle. I mean, if I'm out and about and I'm busy and I get hungry, that is me. I'm at the fast food line. You know what I mean? Those are the silent things. Like, I guess if I put it this way, it's essentially poison masquerading as food. And so I'm just like, oh, I'll just get a little bit of poison here, a little bit of poison there for the convenience. And I think that's what it is. I think the convenience is what silently kills people without them knowing it over time, because it's just like, quick, you're on with your day, you're doing on to the next thing.
The more you do that, the better chance you have all those disease. And disease in America is expensive. And that's why so many people become bankrupt. We got to face fact. Higher percentage of bankruptcy is because of healthcare. And I'm not sure if it's going to get any better. So for me, again, I prefer spend a little more time and a little more money now so I don't have to get there. That when people say I have healthcare insurance, no, that's a sick care. The healthcare is go to the gym, is take care of your bones, is eating Juice Plus and good nutrition. That is the true healthcare. I spend more money on my real healthcare. So I see my doctor a couple times a year just for my checkup, whatever is the dentist or the dermatologist or whatever, boom, boom, boom. And usually they always say, get the heck out of here and everything is fine. That I love doing. Instead of most people go there already feel like that. And then they get the bad news of the doctor. What kind of life is that?
No, that's actually a good point. Just to add to that, I was actually telling my kids, brush your teeth, because I just spent like $800 getting them crowns and cavity fills and everything. And I'm like, I don't want to spend that $800 on your teeth. Go take care of it. You know what I mean? So brush your teeth, and I remind them and I help them and so on and so forth. But that's the thing is, like, if they don't do it now, obviously I'm the one that's going to be paying for it. But that's also a reflection of myself. If I don't take care of my healthcare, like you said, I'm probably going to be out there in the hospitals doing the sick care, and who knows what that bill is going to look like. But enough about me. On the bone side, when we're talking about bones, is there other things that people silently do that kind of damage their long-term bone health?
Not staying active. I mean, that's the one thing that people will do when they get home from work. They'll go sit on the couch and watch TV. You're not stimulating the body. So working out, stressing the bones, stressing your muscles, it's all beneficial for the body. Keeps it in condition. It's going to keep your strength up over time, and it's going to make a big difference in the long run. So just staying active, I think, is a really good thing to do.
Do you have any tips for people who sit down a lot? Like for me, I'm always in front of the computer. I'm working in front of the computer. I'm editing in front of the computer after work. I'm doing that. So like, what should be a good, healthy balance of like movement throughout your day?
Well, if you're stuck at a computer, there's a couple things you can do. One is set a timer, get up every hour, do a walk around the block, something like that. The other thing that I do, I've got a desk at home where I can raise the computer up, a stand-up desk, and then I slip a treadmill underneath the desk. So I can walk, return emails, a lot of the Zoom calls that I'm on. I'm always the guy that's walking. Everybody gets a little chuckle after they first see me for the first time, but once they get used to me, they always know that I'm the guy walking. I'm the guy walking on all the Zoom calls.
But how do you focus if you're walking and on the keyboard? Do you like, what pace do you have to walk to have that? Because I would be like, oh, I'm walking too fast. How do I focus on the keyboard and the mouse? And when I'm looking at, It's a little challenging at first, but you get used to it. So once you get used to walking, you can walk and type and do everything that you need to do. And it's not a problem, but it takes a little while to get used to it at first. But yeah, it makes a big difference for me. Just staying active. And now I even hate sitting down. I mean, I rarely even sit down anymore because I'm always walking. So that's what I got to do. I got to get a sit-stand desk and slip in one of those sleek treadmills underneath it to walk and work at the same time. Yeah. Okay.
And something to quickly add, because I'm glad you bring that point. One of our amazing doctors, world-renowned Dr. David Phillips, ER specialist and Iron Man. I mean, talk about best of both worlds. And believe that the exact numbers that if you sit for 4 hours is the same danger to you than about half a pack of cigarettes.
Yeah, wow. I've heard that as well.
So you do that calculation. That's what you guess that. That's why I kind of like sometimes I'll watch it's like, hey, step up. And it's the same thing when traveling. I always tell people, as a retired Air Force pilot, I always tell people when you're in a plane, long flight, do not sit for the whole time. I go to the in-code bathroom, even if I don't have to. Stand up, I go in, and what do? I stretch in it. So all of that, drinking a lot of water. But it's the same thing, if you don't want to do the treadmill or anything, at least step up, stretch, walk around, do something. But yeah, 4 hours sitting down, and you're right, that's so many people do that. In today's world, they sit in the car, they sit at work, they sit maybe in the train, sit, and there's the new cancer that we see in developing right now.
I did not know that 4 hours is the time frame as smoking a pack of cigarettes.
Half a pack.
Half a pack. You might as well just go smoke half a pack of cigarettes if you wanted to.
At least you get up, right? And get active.
That's true. It probably would be better because you'd be up and moving. What about the inflammation? That's like another thing that I've seen and heard people get is like usually from either something that they eat or something that they're doing. Like for whatever reason, I've been having friends complain about like soreness, tiredness, or inflammation of sores. And I'm like, is there water poison? Is there food poison? And so does some of the nutrition supplements, do they help with inflammation as well?
Inflammation, I would say, is one of the big new word in the last decade. And it is, again, of everything that we just talked about. The lack of good water, the lack of exercise, the lack of good bones and food and exercise, all of that, now inflammation is becoming the big word. And one thing I love about Juice Plus, by the way, is that we're pretty much the only product on the market that has not one, not two, not five, but almost now 50 peer review independent published research. Those are the gold standard. This is why we have so many world-renowned doctors endorsing Juice Plus, because not Juice Plus is the research, what it does to your body, to your DNA, to your immune system, to inflammation, even dental. We have 2 studies on dental. We have on skin. But studies now more and more that are focused on inflammation with Juice Plus, because again, that is the new buzzword. And good nutrition with everything else makes a big difference in inflammation. That's why most people have inflammation issues because of the very poor lifestyle that is being happening over the years.
Yeah, all the seed oils that are in all the foods that we have, all the sugars and everything, these inflame the body and cause a lot of damage over time. So yeah, just making sure you're dialing in your food, cutting out those products as much as possible is really going to make a big difference.
What about people who are kind of like, I don't know, I feel like I get enough exercise. I feel like my bones are healthy. What would you say to someone who kind of thinks like they're probably in good shape?
Always recommend getting a DEXA scan. Like I said, it's very inexpensive, give you a lot of good information about the body. You never know until you get it checked out.
Yeah, so people might think they're actually healthy. They might not know that they're actually slowly deteriorating. Especially for people like me who sit down a lot. Like I'm probably not getting enough bone exercises in, so I'm probably going to start getting osteoporosis probably quicker rather than later. And on that, what is osteoporosis? If you could explain that.
So yeah, your bone density score kind of is what you're looking at. So your baseline is kind of 0. So if you want to be in the positive numbers on your T-score for your bone density score. So 0 to 1 is kind of okay range, good range of bone density. If you get above a 1, then you're in an excellent range. Once you get to a -1, that's when you hit osteopenia. And then a -2.5, that's osteoporosis. And all that is looking at the porosity of the bone, so the air pockets within the bone. So the more air pockets you have within the bone, the more brittle it's going to be and the more chances of you breaking something. So just go get a DEXA scan. They'll give you your T-score and tell you if you're good or not.
Yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense, the air pockets, because I think trees are the same way. And will make sense in a second, because I was climbing a tree and I was standing on the branch, and the air pockets in the branch was basically oxidized the branch, and it fell and it essentially broke. It was a huge, thick branch too. It was like massive, like almost the size of me. And I thought, okay, I could climb it, no problem. And I thought I had my footing, and it broke, and I fell down with it, and I broke my pelvis due to that. It was a big surgery and everything, but the bones essentially, if they get oxidized over time, just like that tree branch, it probably is going to be just as brittle. You might think you have big, strong, thick bones, and sure enough, those air pockets are going to make it crash. So
exactly. Yeah.
It's not good at all.
That's the big thing about bone density is people over the age of 50, which isn't very old. If you were to break a hip, like 1 out of 4 die within a year. I mean, it's can be very devastating on your life after you break something as you get older. And so you just want to make sure that your bones are nice and strong and healthy. And that way you can live a long, healthy life and enjoy the things that you want to enjoy. Because once you get to a point where you're hit osteoporosis, you're afraid to do things. You're afraid to pick up your grandkids. You're afraid to go out and do the things that you love to do. And it's not a good quality life. So you want to make sure to address it when you're younger so you're nice and strong and don't have to worry about those things when you get older.
Well, what do you say with your parents? I mean, I get it for us as adults. We can make a lot of those changes, but I know a lot of my friends, they have kids and they put the berries, they put the strawberries, they put the banana, and then they add a bag of chips. And it's because the kid loves the chips, and sometimes, I mean, when I'm looking at them, I'm like, that looks like a bag of ADHD to me because of what's in there, the red 40s, the yellow 40s, and so on and so forth. But the kids love it. I mean, they're like, let me just have this or that. And then as a parent, you typically just cave in and be like, okay, we'll give you one bag of poison with all the nutrition. So can those types of foods like the chips contribute to ADHD problems?
Oh, yeah.
And does nutrition play a role in that?
Totally. And you bring a very good point. Parents end up caving. You can't. If you love your kids, if you love your grandkids, it's just education. I mean, I'm sorry. But it's so easy. It's like, okay, fine. What's going to happen to that child 5, 10, 30, 50, even when you're gone, and that child did not have a healthy, because you're fine, right? So one good thing, by the way, about Juice Plus is that we have what we call a healthy start. And the healthy start is where we'll be happy to help any parents who may say, well, the cost. By the way, Juice Plus is very inexpensive. But sadly, in today's world, there's a lot of single parents and 3 kids or whatever. Well, guess what? We have a healthy start where we, the company, will pay for the child from 4 all the way to the 26 years birthday.
Wow.
We pay for the fruits and veggie gummies. How many kids not going to want gummies, right? And if when they get older, they can switch to capsules and whatever. They can, all of our different products that we have. But at the beginning, it's just gummies. And I can tell you, I think I brought some. I'll let you try it, but they are so good. And we did that with our grandkids. I mean, our grandkid, the mom were on Juice Plus before pregnancy, during, and after. The kids right away were born with good nutrients, and the parents educating them. When they come to us, grandparents sometimes like, all right, the grandparents usually don't want to hear all the junk. No, we, the grandparents, are tough with them. And I can tell all of our grandkids are super healthy, super strong. They're like swimmer champions and all that. It's not because they're our grandkids, but because they're healthy, they're never sick. So for me, that's a big role. So with that program, and what I'm so proud about the program, we as a company have paid so far close to $800 million over the last 20 plus years to make sure that our next generation is getting healthier. So again, it's not on giving up, it's educating them and show them what happened. We have a burger, for example, that I purchased, over 20 years ago. I would recommend every parent to do that. Buy a burger, not cheese, just burger, just the plain burger with fries. That was the last time I was in a fast food to get that. That burger and fries right now, if I brought it to you right now, looks totally fine. No mold, no nothing looks fine, which kind of tells you if you open an apple, you cut an apple, within minutes, it's oxidized. Here, the fries, nothing. You would almost want to eat the fries. What does that tell you? The mold and all that, I even smart. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm not going there. So this is the way you got to teach your kids. If you love your kids and your grandkids, then get a little tougher now so it'll be better later.
I love that program. I mean, I take advantage of that for my daughter and actually my niece and nephew. They actually, when they come home to school from our place, and they get their gummies and get their nutrition in every day. It's pretty slick.
That might actually be a good alternative to the chips, because you're like, well, I won't give you the chips, but I'll give you some gummies instead. And it's like a candy. Yep. My kids love gummies. I mean, they don't even know it's medicine or vitamins or whatever. I mean, they'll just eat it because they think it's gummies. So I'll have to check that out a little bit more after this to see what's available. But on the topic of kids, is bone exercises good for kids as well?
Anybody that's really into sports or athletics, it's very important to have strong bones. So their bones are growing, but we can actually grow them quicker and make them stronger. And that's going to last them for another 30 years, the new bone growth. It lasts a long time. So it's not something you've got to do the rest of your life. But the earlier you can start, the longer the benefits are going to last.
Yeah, that's good. If increases your bone density, especially if you're going into sports, football, basketball, soccer, something that's going to be more roughhousing, hey, you're going to have the competitive advantage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You do get the old natural way, so that's awesome. And you did some James Bond acting. Did you? What was your supplement regime back then when you're probably jumping off cliffs and doing this and doing that? Can you go into a little bit of that backstory?
I've been on Juice Plus now for almost 32 years. And as a matter of fact, I was Pierce Brosnan, really great guy. And sadly, I don't know if you know that, but Pierce lost his first wife to cancer.
Oh, wow.
And then years after him and I worked, he lost his daughter, I think 41 or 42 years old, to cancer. So it appears you really understand nutrition. And yeah, I was doing my Juice Plus, my everything. And, I've hurt myself a little bit, but all strong and bounce back and everything good.
What types of people tend to get the most improvement from getting healthier nutrition-based diets?
I mean, of course, people with illness, hopefully they may see it maybe sooner because then they see the difference to finally switch from the junk food to the healthy fast food and the Juice Plus and everything else and exercise. Whereas on the people who's doing pretty good, the problem is that, they think they're fine, right? And they don't need to do anything better, more. And that's where you got to do a little more education and always looking for that extra, just like in the military and everything. I mean, you always that extra advantage, that extra thing just to stay better. Keep educating yourself. Honestly, that's the key thing is keep educating yourself and be careful because there's a lot of, like you were saying earlier, a lot of scams out there. So you just have to be careful.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if someone is not having the healthy nutrition, they may see the most improvements, but if someone thinks that they're fine, you never know. There may be some hidden aspects of nutrition or health that might start slowly creeping up. So just taking that extra step and being proactive. And then on the bone side, what will be the type of customer that would probably benefit the most from some of the bone exercises?
Yeah, so most of our clients have been diagnosed with osteopenia or osteoporosis, and they are searching for alternatives to medications. Most doctors are just going to put them on a medication and say, hey, this will make your bones stronger. But it has a lot of adverse health effects from those medications. And the issue is the medications will kind of make the exterior of the bone strong, which will still lead it to being brittle. But with our process, we can actually grow the bones from the inside out. The quality of the bone is much more better and can sustain a lot more stress compared to someone that's just taking medication, making the exterior of the bone strong.
You actually bring up a good point. Let's say you take the bone exercises and you take the nutrition, you combine them. Have you ever heard of anybody maybe reducing the amount of medications that they take?
Yes, so definitely. So just the bone medication itself, people have come to us that are taking bone medication. They may not have want to get off of it because they're under doctor direction. We can actually get their bone density score up to a point where they don't have to take medication anymore. And their doctors agree. Once we can get them to that point, they won't need it.
Awesome. And have you heard of anybody getting off medication due to
Big time on everything, which is so amazing. For me, I like to save them money. We save money, headaches, pain, and all that by doing that. And again, if you do the whole combination of good nutrition, good supplementation with a food base, and that's what I love about Juice Plus. We're not a supplement. If you look at the label, it's a food label, not a supplement. So good nutrition, good exercise, bone density, water, stretching, Juice Plus, everything. We've seen so many people after a few months on the product, they're like, wow, I don't need this. I don't need this. Especially when they go to the doctor. And that's why I love hearing stories from some of our clients going to the doctors months later, say, wait a minute, are you doing anything different? Or suddenly XYZ on your blood test looks much better or this, etc. You don't need to do that. That you feel like, you've helped somebody because let's be honest, medication, nothing against medication, sometimes you need it. But we know that prolongation of taking those medications, there's nothing good. I mean, they even do it. I mean, how many times, right? You see commercial, 45 seconds out of the 1 minute, it's about if you take that medication, all that kind of stuff.
Side effects, yeah.
So the side effect, right? So if you can stay away from that, I mean, when you look at 200 years ago, we were living almost better.
Yeah.
They have all of that. We just ate from the ground and we were much more physical. So our bone density was stronger because everything was physical and everything. And now we become more like, everything like you're saying. So
fragile,
fragile, and we're all on sitting. And even upholstery is bad, everything's bad, and then we wonder why we have issues.
Yeah, that's a good point. Well, you brought some Juice Plus products with you today. So share what you got. Give us an overview of some of the products that you have. So
this, as a matter of fact, is in my bottle there. I'm drinking that as I was driving here. Amazing. Get all your fruits, vegetable, and berries on a daily basis. And I have what we talked earlier, the Illuminate in it. So I'm drinking both in it. So feeling 100% and ready.
That's what I need. I need that Illuminate, that caffeine.
You will love it. This is one of our latest product. As you know, we've not talked too much about it, but gut health. That's a big thing in today's world, right? because of all the junk that we've put in our gut, and then we wonder. And honestly, our gut is our second brain. Personally, I like almost say it might be our first brain because the gut communicates to the brain more than the brain to the gut. Almost.
Wow.
So here we have both pre and probiotic. That is new, is done so well for a lot of people with gut issues. By the way, I was telling you about the gummies. And the gummies, that doesn't mean it's just for kids. But I would say 35% of our gummies are sold to adults. My wife and I, in the evening, we sometimes pop those gummies, kind of take out the little sweet. And by the way, it's natural, so you don't have all the sweet things and all that kind of thing. And I'm sorry to say, but I am from Belgium, the land of the chocolate. So sometime at night, a nice little piece of chocolate, dark chocolate, and especially the berry gummy, oh madre. It is so good for you. You get that delicious little balance. And then, of course, we're talking about the complete chocolate and vanilla. Next month, strawberry, very, very good, even lower sugar. All of that, of course, is natural sugar. So a lot of people say, oh, okay, no sugar, no fat. They go from A to Z. No, you need fat, but the good fat. You need sugar, but the good sugar. So that is really a line of products. So we have the Trio capsule, or gummies, or superfood. You have then the Luminate. You have the Gut Health Superbiome, both pre and pro. You have then a complete chocolate vanilla strawberry. And I think that's, if I remember, if I miss anything, so it's very simple, very convenient. I take this stuff with me everywhere. I had it when I, in the military, or if I go to the beach in Hawaii, or I'm at home, or whatever, at the gym. So as you can see, it's very convenient. It's simple. It tastes great. This August, I'll be celebrating 32 years eating and drinking Juice Plus, and I'm going to get buried with it. And I'm going for my 110 years old.
That's awesome. I'm going to have to confiscate that from you then. Let me get some of that longevity and that health. But no, that's awesome. That's great. You have a lot of variety of products, some for caffeine alternatives, some for food alternatives, and so on and so forth. So there's a lot of good options that people can go probably on the website, check it out. Make sure we link it down below for people that want to find out more. Now, on the bone side, on the OsteoStrong side, can you give me an overview of like what are the workouts like? How do you target different bones? What is that process? Or give me an overview of the equipment and things like that.
We have 4 different machines for different parts of the body. So our clients come to us just one time per week for about 10 to 15 minutes is all we need to stress the bones and different parts of the body. We also have other modalities, so people can stick around if they want to and enjoy those. We have red light therapy rims, which are great for inflammation in the body, skin repair, testosterone production in men, hair growth. I mean, there's a lot of good benefits for red light therapy. We've got compression therapy, which is great for muscle recovery, blood circulation. We've got energy therapy, where you can set about 500 different recipes, whether you've got gut health issues, sleep issues, anxiety. I mean, we've got a recipe for that. And then my favorite is called the Pure Wave Vemi Lounge. So this is like an ultimate relaxation meditation lounge. 30 minutes on this lounge is equivalent to like 2.5 hours of deep sleep recovery. So I don't sleep the best at night, so I love jumping on that thing for about 30 minutes and waking up refreshed.
Yeah, it might help with the bags under the eyes that we were talking about earlier. So you can do it from the Vimy Lounge, or you could do it with some of the supplements as well and attack it from both sides. But you guys both mentioned gut health for a second, so I want to go back to that because you said it was sometimes could be considered even the first brain because it kind of communicates to the mind, and you brought it up as well. So how does gut health play a role in bones, and how does that play in overall health?
I think it's important for all aspects of the body. Your gut is what's going to process everything that you put into it. So if your gut's not working properly, you're not going to be able to extract all the nutrients that you need to from the foods. So keeping your gut health is very important to getting those nutrients to the different parts of the body, whether it's the bones or the muscles, your brain, everything needs those nutrients to function properly.
Wow. So it's kind of like the pipeline or the piping for the body. If you have clogged pipes, if your gut health is bad, then it's going to impact everything else.
Correct.
It's kind of like a epiphany that I'm kind of having at the moment. But what would you say from your perspective on the nutrition side?
We finally discovered the gut is a very important piece of your body that we need to focus on, period. And if your gut is not healthy, just like Aaron was saying, well, a lot of other part of your body is just going to start breaking down, period. Because it's right from there that everything goes. And the connection, especially between the gut and the brain, is so amazing. I mean, there's more and more that we discover about that. And sadly, there's been some product out there on gut health, but it's either only the pre or the probiotic. It's not the good source of it. So that's a whole, I mean, that could be a whole hour talk just on that. So you got to be careful. And also I'm glad that Juice Plus came up after years. I mean, when we come up with a product, it's not done overnight. It's after years and years of research by world-renowned doctors that we work with. Everything is always plant-based. We're never going to suddenly, well, okay, let's just add this. No, plant-based. Because at the end of the day, again, that's how our ancestors lived. Plant-based, and of course, some meat and stuff like that. But now it's almost just only the meat and stay away from the plant. And sadly, I understand why, because of course, a lot of fruits and vegetables has been contaminated.
Oh.
Spray of all the stuff that we've done on it. So you want to make sure that any of your fruits and vegetables that you eat, berries, whatsoever, is non-GMO and all. I mean, again, spend a little time reading when you go to the store. Buy directly from the farmers if you can. I think the problem is that we go too much to Costco once a month or where buy everything there for the whole month. No, we need to buy food almost every couple of days. So it's nice and fresh. If you can grow some of it, great, do it as well.
The other thing is the nutrients of the plants, the fruits and vegetables that we're eating. So if you look at your bananas, I mean, a lot of them are coming from Ecuador. How early do you think they have to pick those to get them all the way here and not be ripe already? So they're picking them so early, the nutrition is not there. That's what I love about Juice Plus. Everything is picked ripe and then they process it. So you're eating the nutrition in these fruits and vegetables are so much better for you than what you can get at the grocery store. That and then tomatoes, they pick them so green. I mean, they've got to truck them in and then they've got to package them and bring them out to the grocery stores. They sit on the shelves for quite a while. They're just picked so early that you're not getting the nutrition that you would normally get.
And I like to piggyback on the great point because we discovered, and more you do, you work in that industry and your research. For example, a lot of the apple, famous apple, they say from Washington State, they were picked a year ago.
Wow.
And kept it and all that kind of stuff. And then, of course, you need to clean your fruits and vegetables, especially if you buy in the store. Now, if you buy a food market, that's different. But when if they had that shyness and all that, do you think that's natural? I've never seen some of those apples so shiny on the tree. So that's a very good point, is that when I discovered that over the time, like, what, it's been a year? What kind of nutrients do you think you have there? So again, we eat unhealthy food.
Yeah, you actually make it, like, specifically on the apples, we'll target that. I know the bananas, you mentioned the tomatoes. My tomatoes, sometimes when I buy them from the store, I cut them open, they're like white inside and they're not red. And I'm like, what am I eating? It kind of feels like cardboard in a way.
Yeah.
And then for the apples, I always peel them because the outside has a ton of wax and I can't get that stuff off no matter how much I wash it. Hot water, cold water, it doesn't work. And then when I cut the apple, after I peel it and I take a bite, it tastes like gasoline almost. There's like a faint taste of, it's like weird. I'm like, what is this taste? And stuff. And like, we still eat it, but I'm like, there's something wrong with these apples. So the thing that I'm most interested in is actually the gut health part of it, because if a lot of that is going to trigger the immune system, the bone density, or help get the nutrients to the right parts of the organs, that might be something that I want to target first for myself. Mm-hmm. And you said that Juice Plus does have probiotics. Yeah, essentially.
Pro and pre. So we have both.
Pro and prebiotics. And I've been thinking about having a good finding a good brand. So I'm glad you came today to talk about Juice Plus so I could actually take advantage of that.
And quickly, if I may say on the skin, it's too bad that I agree with you to take it up, but there's so much nutrients in that skin of any kind of pretty much almost fruits and vegetable. Oh, and you're right. So now we take the skin away because we don't want the kind of junk on it, yet that's what's some of the best part of that fruit, vegetable, whatever it is. So yeah, again, that's why hopefully would get better with, farmers, less of those billion-dollar corporation farmers and really working with the good farms that really are producing what we need to eat back like what we used to in the days.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, the peel usually has the most nutrients. Well, what about your, with you, Aaron? What is your bone density routine when you go into OsteoStrong? What do you do typically for your workout? And then do you take any supplements pre or post? What does that whole regimen look like?
Yeah, so there's a combination of things that I do. Yeah, so bones need 5 to 10 days to recover after a high stress. So OsteoStrong, I only do once per week. You don't want to do it more than once per week just because it takes a lot longer to recover than muscles. Like if you work out your muscles real hard, you might be sore for a day or two and they recover. Bones are a little different. They need 5 to 10 days to recover. So it's just once a week. Like I said, just 10 to 15 minutes is all it takes for me to go through the different machines to stress the bones. And then, proper nutrition. So I'm getting my protein in, I'm getting my Juice Plus. Yeah, I take supplements as well. So I take my calcium supplements. I use Algae Cal Plus, which is made from algae, very easy for the body to process. I've got it also has the D3 and K2 into it. So I don't have to take supplement for those as well. And then I do take the pre and probiotics from Juice Plus as well. I actually have that in my shaker over here with the Illuminate. So that's what I'm drinking right now. And that's kind of my routine. And then, just try to eat whole foods as much as possible. I stay away from seed oils, things like that. That's going to inflame the gut and inflame the body. So those are kind of my health routine.
Oh, stay away from seed oils. Oh, okay. Because I actually have we cook with that. So I'm glad you mentioned that. So I'll have to figure out how to switch that out.
Switch it out to good olive oils. Make sure they're good quality olive oils are great. I use avocado oil as well. But those are definitely some better oils to use out there than the cheap corn oils and things that most people use out there.
Well, you guys are both very healthy individuals, as you can tell. So I definitely have to become more like you guys so I could live a long and healthy life. For the listeners, what is one thing that you hope they take away from today's conversation?
Focus on your health. I mean, your health is your wealth and you only got one life. So make sure you can live it and enjoy the things that you're going to want to do when you get older. I'll be 50 this year. So we're talking about having another baby. So I want to stick around for a while. So this has been my goal the last few years to get my health on track. I lost 40 pounds and wow. I feel great and looking forward to being able to take care of my baby and enjoy my time with them.
That's awesome. Yeah. Especially with goals like that. That's a good takeaway. Stay healthy and focus on it. So I'm going to figure out how to copy paste whatever you do into my life. What about you, Guy? What would you hope listeners take away from today's conversation?
Sadly, I'm 63, so I don't think I'm going to go for another baby right now. So I'm not. That's just like babies is our grandkids, which are fantastic. But for me, I hope everybody that you pay attention is like, you know what, you're right. I got to make that decision. If it's not now, it's when. I mean, it's just like we know the fact is there. I mean, let's be honest. If we pay attention, all the fact of our food is and this and this and that is killing us. So you got to really, if I may be honest, live under a rock if you don't know how bad it is. So are you going to keep doing that? And for me, it's not just even the health. I want to make sure that you're going to save money. Think about disease again, the cost of disease, all the medication, all the extra stuff. And I don't want to hear fast food is cheap. It's not cheap anymore. You go to McDonald's, whatever, I'm sorry. For me, let's spend a few more dollars on better food so that you can do more stuff.
Is there anything about bone density that you wanted to highlight that we didn't cover?
I guess one of the misconceptions, I think we kind of touched on it earlier. I drank a lot of milk. So you can't just eat a bunch of protein and expect your muscles to grow. The same concept with bones. We've got to be able to stress the bones and then nourish them properly for them to grow. So that's kind of the misconception a lot of people don't really think about is stressing the bones got to take place to stimulate growth. You can't just feed it a bunch of calcium or milk. You've got to stimulate it.
Yeah, so it's not like you're working out and you're working on the muscles, not the bones. You're eating the nutritions, but again, it's for the body, not necessarily the bones. So you got to really stress the bones through some of the bone density workouts, and that's going to take you to the next level of increasing that bone density. So
yep.
Yeah, that's definitely a good highlight. I think a misconception, people think that they might be able to do it on their own, but it's not so easy to target through routine workouts and routine lifestyle.
Right.
Yeah, that's very, very good. So what about for Juice Plus? Is there anything that we didn't mention that you wanted to highlight about the company, the products, anything that comes to mind?
No, we see quickly, I think we mentioned is that we were not just born yesterday. We've been around 55 years, 25 countries, thousands and thousands of healthcare specialists recommending. We're big into the sports. I mean, Olympic athletes, professional athletes, been eating Juice Plus for many years. And at the end of the day, it's just fruits and vegetables. And one of the key benefits is the 50 peer-reviewed independent research saying what it does. So we're not just whatever, who cares what I just say? But it's all backed by peer-reviewed independent research. And that's powerful. And especially our health program for the kids, so proud of that. And on the other side, I would say, yeah, join a mission, because we need an army to get the message out. So like that people finally, oh, okay. I don't want anybody to say, wait, I wish I knew. And sometimes I've heard that, God, I wish I knew about your product earlier.
Absolutely. Healthier lifestyle and 50 peer review studies, probably more by now. And yeah, I mean, you don't know what you don't know. So hopefully this will reach a few people and get them interested to dig into it a little bit deeper. But on that note, where can people find out more about OsteoStrong, your location, Aaron? How do they get in contact with you, your links, your socials, if they want to follow you or find out more about your services?
Yeah, so we've got a website, OsteoStrong RC for RanchoCordova.com. You can go there. And then for my personal, I've got all my links set up. It's allmylinks.com /Aaron Pro, Pro. And you'll see all my connections there.
Awesome. And Guy, what about for you? If people want to follow you or find out more about Juice Plus, where can they go?
I'm on all social media. You can find me on Facebook, on Instagram, everything. I love to entertain people on social media. That's for sure. I'm known for not only fitness, all that, but I love to dance and stuff. And it just having fun, positivity. So all my social media is all about not just the Juice Plus, but a positive. I'm a soldier, so being patriot, having fun, help the world. Both of us are Rotarian, so proud to be a Rotarian. I'm organizing my 3rd annual golf tournament to raise money and awareness to fight human trafficking. That's another disease. But that's the great thing about when you do Juice Plus is that you have the flexibility to make a difference. It's not just a product, but be involved in fighting human trafficking or doing this, doing that. So follow me on social media, Guy Deboo. Guy, just like a guy, G-O-Y, Deboo, D-E-B-O-O. My website is the same, guydeboo.juiceplus.com. But any of us, we're all here, juiceplus.com. We're here to help out and reach out and make a difference. We do events worldwide, by the way, too. So yeah, reach out. And we have a lot of top doctors and healthcare specialists and fitness guru that just it's all educating, it's just like what Aaron is doing, educating people to just hopefully I get the message. Got to do something.
Okay, I got the message too.
You sure?
Well, I'll get all of the social media links on the lower thirds and I'll put them in the description. So for the audio listeners, if they want to pop into the description, they can quickly find your links back to Juice Plus and back to OsteoStrong if they want to check out some of the bone density options that they have, as well as some of the supplement, some of the whole foods that Juice Plus offers. So I appreciate you guys taking the time out of your day to come sit down with me and share your knowledge about nutrition, health, and fitness and bone density. So thank you, Guy, and thank you, Aaron, for both being here today.
Thanks so much. Pleasure. Awesome.
Well, most people wait until it's too late to pay attention, but the message is clear today. Strength is something that you build before you need it. Thank you for watching this episode of the Key Concepts Podcast. I'll catch you on the next one.